YouTube, welcome to Back in Time Gaming. I'm your host, Steamtown Gamer. Today I'm rocking bloodrayne on the PS2. This is one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games of all time. I've finished this game like 3-4 times since I bought it. I bought this game new from EB Games and I just love it. This game is absolutely awesome. It's gory and in fact very sexy. It's even got boob physics. Now that is very hard to say, but yeah, she has an entirely different set of physics on her boobs. They bounce around, it's awesome. Basically, I started this new channel because I want to play a lot of the older games, but a lot of people don't like the older games, so this is a way for me to upload them and just, you know, have a specialized audience. So we're going to just start now. So, bloodrayne. She's a half vampire. Basically, she can survive in the sun, but not for very long. It starts to hurt her compared to most vampires who will start to burn up almost instantly. We're just going to go with new. Now, there are some bloodrayne movies as well, which aren't that great, if I'm honest. There's 2 games, 1 and 2, as well as a side game on the PlayStation 3. We're just going to go ahead and start with Act 1. I've already done the training before. It has been some time I've played this, but I'm going to go ahead and skip the training and start with Louisiana. So this starts sometime in the past. I don't know how long ago, but basically she's entering an area in Louisiana where all the inhabitants are starting to disappear. It turns out that like every century or 50 years or something like that, these giant insect creatures start to swarm and start to, you know, take over the town. They built a massive wall to contain it. It's sort of like one of America's secrets. I'm going to go on easy, of course. I know that I usually go on easy. That's because I can accelerate the game a bit. So I absolutely love this game, as I've mentioned before. And I remember back in the day that you could actually purchase the blades offline. If I get more than 1,500 views, I will purchase the replica blades, which are very unique as far as, you know, weaponry go. So bloodrayne, she is a vampire. I mean, as simple as that. She is a badass, sexy-ass vampire, just trying to make her way in the world. So she works for this organization called Bloodstone, I think it is, 1933, Louisiana. She works for this organization, Bloodstone, where they basically stop evil. You know, magic. Ooh, actually.
Damn bloodsuckers.
Careful with your relatives.
They should have more sense. Thanks for dragging me out here. I just love the water.
You're only half a vampire. A dip might hurt, but it won't kill you.
Yeah, for some reason, water hurts
So
vampires.
sticking a finger in my eye doesn't mean I have to do it.
No time for pleasantries, just like your half-sister.
I'm just confident in my abilities.
So am I. But this is your first assignment for the Brimstone Society, so everything must go according to plan. What do we know so far?
Fine. Newspapers claim the people of Morton, Louisiana are turning into some type of monster. They're calling them mutates. Doctors think a new disease is the cause, so they quarantine the area.
You make me proud.
There are numerous known biological masses in town. They appear to be the carriers of the condition.
And that's where you come in. Destroy the sources of the infection. And as many of the infected townspeople as possible. The disease cannot spread beyond this village.
Sort of a radical cure, don't you think?
You'll be doing them a favor. In the final stages, their brains liquefy and run out their nose and ears.
Hell of a cold.
So basically these insects infect humans, and the humans basically work for the insects until they simply can't work anymore.
Biological masses was found at the end of this road, in a graveyard behind the church. We'll meet up there. What's that mound by the telephone pole?
What is it?
It was human. Might be remains from the final stages of the disease, but there's something not quite right about it. Let's check inside.
So I think bloodrayne is well overdue for a
Somebody
reboot.
made their last stand here. Grab some guns if you want.
So now we actually get to control. I mean, this game brings back a lot of memories. I bought this game brand new from EB Games. You can probably pick this up from eBay for about $15. It's a real gem, I must say, as far as video games go. Number 2 was alright as well, but number 1, it just brings back a lot of memories, and it's just got this sort of atmosphere that really is just really awesome, quite frankly. The sexy there. Now, I'm just trying to get a look at her boob physics. Now, if I recall, I ran... it's so hard to get it. I'm trying to, like, look around. Oh, yeah, just simply follow the little beacon at the top there.
Good thing we're not hypersensitive to holy items like some vampires.
You should be all set. I'm going to leaf through these documents. Maybe I can find something about past outbreaks of the disease.
So there are infected outside, we're going to go and kill them. Now you'll see her boobs juggle in the cutscenes, however, we're going to try to do that, just during gameplay. Even when she sucks blood, I mean, it's very erotic. She's also got a bitchin' auto lock-on system, so you don't really have to try that hard. It's kind of weird that the church here, I mean, they've got the... I'm trying to get a look at her boobs. I know this. I'm coming off as really creepy, just trying to get a look at her tits, but she's got real decent physics to it, and it's just really interesting. Now, here's something interesting as well. Your little sidekick here, you can attack her. But eventually, if you do it enough, she will attack back, and she will kill you. I mean, she's ridiculously strong. You can't kill her. It's just part of the game. The game designers put a lot of effort into this. Not only that, but they put a lot of, like, detail and... Okay. That's easy enough. He's stuck in blood, and I can turn around and use him as a shield. So I can literally turn my own shields into health regeneration. Yeah, you can see her boob wobbling there. I think that's probably the best way to kill them. Now, some enemies you can't simply suck blood, you have to drain them down a bit. That wasn't the case with these beta enemies. You can even tell which enemies are coming up because they're doing this. Her guns will automatically lock on to enemies. So you don't even have to see them. You can just walk around, and if you're looking for an enemy, ding, 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 there it is there. So the year is 1933. It's called the Brimstone Society. I wasn't aware that the zombies were capable of firing weapons. I had forgotten about that little feature. Now remember, she can't touch water, and we're in a swamp. That one seems a lot stronger. Now in bloodrayne 2, we find out a lot of bloodrayne's relatives, her actual family, her vampire side is basically trying to take over the world. They take over a city and have means to take over the world, but of course bloodrayne stops them. In this one, we are facing Nazis. The Louisiana mission here, this is just her first mission to sort of open up the game. And yeah, it's pretty badass. Hey, check it out, a frog. I didn't even know the frog's here. It's opening up the game. The rest of the game will take place in Germany at a Nazi facility, a massive Nazi facility, where she must stop them and basically fight a series of really weird really weird experiments and just all-round craziness. It's telling me to go over here. This is the wall they built to quarantine the city. This wall was built centuries ago. We can actually read it here.
The wall stretches across the whole town, 30 feet high.
I can see that. So?
From what I understood, even the earliest French settlers feared something in these swamps.
Feared what?
What's this?
What do you mean?
After our dark year, in 1873, the first stone of this great wall of fortitude was laid. With this plaque mounted in the year 1888 of our Lord, construction is complete. May this wall of fortitude, with the grace of God, shield us from evil and keep us safe, now and forever.
Seems like they built that wall for nothing.
I'm going to see what else I can find in those books. You should take out those biomasses. The first one's in the graveyard. I'll meet up with you later.
So basically this is the wall that spreads across the town. We're not in the town, so they built this wall, but the infection is just coming out. It's the year 1933, and it says the wall was completed in 1888. So it's only been about 5 or so decades, simple enough. Less than that, decades. So that's like 40 something years. I don't want to do the math right now, but 1988. 46 years. This one's got no weapons, so I might as well just drain him. Drain him. Draining, you know, it's kind of like cheating because you just jump on them. All you do is just button mashing. You're just hitting the same button over and over again, and the whole time you just gain health. It is a little boring. Oh yeah, if you hold A, you jump bigger. That's what I'm trying to do. She's very good at stealthing, or at least parkour to some extent. Of course, I actually have to get up there. Oh, I didn't fully check out the church here. As I said, this is someone's last stand, which failed. And you can attack your little sidekick, and she will fuck you up. No kidding. She is super strong. She is super fast. You cannot defeat her. So don't even try. So I might upload the whole thing. I'll probably just upload a really big episode from this. Then maybe a couple more after that. I'm having fun with this. This is a very well-made, very atmospheric game where it's just awesome. I'll definitely get to, I'll definitely finish Louisiana. Then I'll get to the Nazis, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, loading. Yeah, it's loading. This is basically what actually happens. It's an old school game. Hell, even new games take this long to load sometimes. So I'm also thinking in my other channel, I'll upload Destiny 2 real soon. I did like Destiny 2. However, it did disappoint me with those DLCs. I mean, they released the game, but they only released half the game, and then it didn't make that much sense. You don't really know what's going on. You really want to know more, but they just don't have enough answers. Hopefully in season... I've heard this second one is really good. Oh, it landed straight in the water, didn't I? You take that, take that. All right. Colt 44 revolver, not bad. So you may hear a little buzzing in my recording. I purchased a new microphone, but it's like I waited and waited and waited for it to show up, and it's like it should have been here by now. So I checked the eBay notification, and it says I got a message from them which said you purchased something that they didn't even have at the time. They didn't list it, but you basically have to order it, and I was pissed. It's like, what the hell? It should have been here by now. Now I'm finding out that it's going to be another month before you guys will send it. That's bullcrap. And it's like, well, I guess, and of course it was like oh, that was pretty cool. I shot him in midair. He was dead, but then I went on to attack him again. So you can just follow her guns, and her guns will just tell you where these little zombie things are. She actually sounds like she's doing something else with her mouth. I'm not going to say it, but it really sounds like it. So funny thing is, you're getting hurt in the water, but if you jump on them and start sucking their blood in the water, you won't get hurt. Dick. I don't think she's drinking a sody pop. So I think the nest is inside that another church. This is Louisiana, so there's a lot of churches and graveyards and swamps.
What the? Is that the biomass?
Yes, it is. This thing is going to inject the insect creatures, which you haven't seen yet, which are very, very big and really gross as well. Now, if I recall, we're going to come across a survivor. Okay, they're not the biomasses, they're the insects. Crap.
Lovely.
Now, we can't suck these guys' blood because, you know, they're insects. Now, there is a queen, believe it or not, a queen insect, which is basically the final boss to this level. Once we defeat her, we move on. As you can see, there's a small meter building up in the right-hand corner. That will eventually hit full red, and that will allow us to sort of like activate blood rage mode or something like that, where we just, everything we do is overkill. Everything we do is a one-hit kill. We just cut through enemies through like a hot knife through butter. But it's not ready yet. I think we activate it with the dimensional pad. That doesn't do it. Oh, there's something else too. In the main menu, right, there's a thing for cheats. Now, some of these cheats, I believe, can, you know, give you unlimited health, stronger abilities, you know, just upgrades like that. Or it can unlock a message from the actual guy itself, which I will do eventually at some point. I will show you guys the cheats. At one point they were listed on Google. I wouldn't be surprised if that site is still up that listed them, because it was a long time ago, but I have a feeling it'd still be up. It's like, who would take that down? Damn it. The control system is different to what I'm used to, and I keep hitting the wrong button. Oh. Mausoleum. Is another humanoid over there. I'm going to go suck his blood. And I use him as a shield. And I cut this bitch up. Oh, press triangle to activate blood rage. I'm not going to do that yet. That activates my next task and illuminates enemies as well. Oh crap, I activated blood rage. Oh, I deactivated it, which saved it. Oh crap.
You might want to crawl back in a little hole.
I unlocked it again. That was sweet. Now, if I recall, there is a cutscene coming up soon. This is the nest. This is when we're going to I'm going to activate the blood thing, because this thing is difficult. And this is just the nest that is laid by the Queen. We have not seen the Queen. Of course, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It will be at the end of this mission. Oh, she's still... The thing's still alive. Holy crap.
Well done. Strange creatures, aren't they?
The strange isn't the first word. That
There we
comes
are,
to
boob
mind.
physics.
What are they?
I'm not sure, but it seems they carry a disease that causes mutations in humans.
The mutates.
Right. And remember those sludge mounds we've been finding everywhere?
What about them?
Humans, or what's left of them. The spider creatures regurgitate what they eat.
Strange doesn't even begin to cover it.
Hello? Hello?
So he's another survivor. He will also hit on us.
Open up.
What the mirage was gone?
Is what gone?
The Marais wreck. Swamp monster. That's what the Creole call the creatures.
What it gone?
Yes, now open the door.
Mon Dieu, le diable!
Nice welcome for the rescue team. Who are you?
I'm Jean Sigmund. I'm the grave digger.
What happened here?
I don't know. I hid in here when those things came. They can't get in without them holes.
Jean, you stay put.
She's got boob
Place
physics
is
too.
obviously safe. We'll bring other survivors here.
We now leaving?
Not yet. You'll be safe here for a while longer.
Okay. Send them here to Famille Termain Mausoleum and we wait.
If you find anyone that is healthy and alive, send them here. But don't forget about the nests.
Seems like they built that wall for nothing.
Maybe. Or maybe this time around, things got worse. These creatures are very insect-like. Seems every 30 years they swarm. I almost forgot. I have something for
Oh
you.
yes, this new weapon she will give us, it's significantly better. It's a harpoon, as we just saw.
It's essentially a harpoon. It helps with feeding and has a decent range.
Thanks.
I'll protect the mausoleum. You go find those nests. I sketched out a map of approximate locations. The reports weren't exact, so you'll have to search the area thoroughly. Once you're back, we'll head over that wall. There must be some type of source where all these creatures come from.
Find the other nests. Now, I don't know how many other nests there are. I think maybe 5, maybe 7. So we can attack her.
Work to do. Go.
I really want to do it, but at the same time, she will beat my ass into the ground. I will die. I do not want to. I do want to do it. Oh, crap. What if I can save it? Can I save it? I'm going to head and save it. The current level. Continue. Save at the current level. Oh, we can't really do it. Well, actually, this is a new save point, so I'm just going to save it, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to save it because I'm going to attack her, and I'm going to try to defeat her, but I know that that's a red herring, as that some would say.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, she's attacking. Oh!
You have a map. Check it to get a general idea of where the nests are.
Okay. So it turns out she will fuck you up, but she won't. She didn't kill me. That was pretty badass. Now the harpoon, that's very interesting as a weapon because it's a weapon designed for vampires to help them feed. That is pretty badass. Harpoon. And then you can, yeah, that knocks them to the ground. I suppose that would be a good weapon for anyone really, but it was specifically designed by the Brimstone Society for their vampire enforcers to, use so that they can feed during the action time in the field. If I recall, she uses that weapon in number 2 as well, so she holds on to it because it was given to her by her friend. I mean, I just really find that fascinating. So I think they've made 3 or 4 bloodrayne movies, 2 main games, a couple little side indie games that aren't really that good. They're more like arcade style 2-dimensional games that's on the PS3. But that's about it. So I've even painted bloodrayne, not that well. It's quite a small one as well, but I've painted her. Quick save. So I've finished this game a few times now, but that was like years and years ago. I haven't played this game since, and I'm looking forward to finishing in this game. I will probably end up finishing this game on my own time. I'm really hoping you guys want to see this. This is the first episode after all. Yeah. This harpoon will come in handy for this. Say, I can pull him over and then go to town. In realism, I shouldn't have done that because I could have jumped, done that dive thing there, and then hit feed, which would have allowed me to jump on him, suck his blood. Now, I would have been in the water, but I've been feeding at the same time, and my health would have even risen, not just gone down. That probably would have been a better move, but then again, that wasn't so hard.
You might want to crawl back in your little hole.
So these insect things, they borrow, which means the mausoleum thing is safe because it has stone walls. These are all wooden floors, so so the insects will have little resistance in regards to getting up through there. But the mausoleum is safe because, of course, it's got the stone flooring, which is significantly stronger, which they simply just can't tunnel through. So based on the objective list, there are 3 nests in the area. The door is locked, which probably means that it can be opened. I keep hitting the wrong button. The control configuration is, of course, I mentioned this before, a bit different to what I've normally play with. Now, if I recall, there's usually a rebound kick. I forgot how to rebound kick. Well, I didn't forget. It was actually in the terminal. Map, restart level. Kick. I have forgotten how to do a rebound kick. There was a terminal, but I didn't do it because I thought I knew everything. Turns out the rebound kick is the one thing, and I don't have the booklet for bloodrayne. I might go ahead and order this. Okay, circle. I feel like it should be options, brightness. I don't need the map. Oh, damn it. I'll try this door. This door is also locked. So there was a thing that we could do to break down the door. Maybe we didn't need it. dick. Barricading, obviously, a last form of resistance. It was probably that guy there. He barricaded himself in there to get away from the monsters, but of course they can burrow through the floor. I'm not seeing where they've gotten in, or maybe they just came in through that door there. They've infected that guy, and he remained in there. This would be where the kick comes in, because that... Yeah, so the glowing indicates that the door can be broken, but I... Oh, wait. Was it? Okay, so it's not rage mode. I do apologize for this. I'm going to go ahead and press pause. I'm going to end the recording and then I'm going to come back instantly knowing how to do it. So just give me a second here. I just figured it out. I went on Google and looked it up. Apparently, all I have to do is... I actually did try to do this, but it just didn't work. It's just the simple... that. Footprints, they go from here. It says I just need to double tap A, but it's not working. Here he is there. Oh, I had to push forward.
Go to the Famille Termaine Mausoleum. You'll be safe there.
Anything you say, just don't kill him, miss.
I just had to push forward at the same time. Yep, that's right. So I was doing that, but you had to push forward, which lowered you down somehow. I don't know. But there should be a nest around here somewhere. No, it said look for survivors and kill the nest. So I'm guessing the other two might be nests. Now, there is a sort of spoiler alert. I am going to say it. Everyone dies. Like, everyone you rescue, they die. You come in and like the last person is just getting eaten. I guess that it was probably because they got everyone in one place and then the smell. This is just guessing by the way, but I would be guessing that the smell just attracted more of them.
You might want to crawl back in your little hole.
So that is a different color one, red. Now if I recall, these ones are a bit stronger. Yeah, they are. Yeah, see, significantly stronger. Reminds me a little of Dead Space. You know, cut off their limbs to actually kill the necromorphs. It does remind me a little of that because, yeah, as you can see, I was fighting it and its limbs were slowly getting tore up. Ah. I see. They keep me off the ground. To keep me on the ground, which is of course flooded. So I have to not. You can see bloodrayne's health meter. It's her face and the little health meter. It will start to turn into a skeleton the more she gets hurt. Now I think where there's a second story. What the fuck? That just looked like a rotting cow or something. But it turns out it's just the lighting. Hey, there's something here.
Little hole.
Dynamite. Well, that sucked. Whatever it is, it's this one. Well, this one's 2 stories. Yes. Nothing. There we are. Please let there be people up here. I need the feed. I am starting to get a... Yes! Yes, that's better. I was starting to get a little worried there, and now I feel great. Now I'm going to cut this fucker up.
Dynamite was pulled back in a little hole.
More dynamite. No, that was just random ammunition. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's more dynamite here. So there is some kind... Is that a window? It's a shitty window. This is a shitty house. I mean, I know that the apocalypse has happened and shit, but people are still living in these places. And look, it's hell. Who would ever want to live here? It's like, oh, another survivor.
That bitch Marasa. I get my hands on her. I make her eat her magic.
Who?
Marasa. Fancies herself Marie Laveau voodoo priestess.
What about her?
She hook up with the old German who came here. She go out to both graveyard and she do black magic.
And she's responsible for this?
We, she and the German, scary man. Evil. She said she going out there to raise the mother of the underworld.
Must be one attractive lady. You better get going to the Female Termaine Mausoleum. It's the only safe place in town.
I will.
I'd forgotten about that. I don't think she had anything to do with it. She just learned about the mother of the underworld. It's just it's just the queen. That's all it is. I mean, they're horrifically terrifying in their own sense, but they're just insects. That's all they are. Big ass insects that swarm every 30 years. Approximately every 30 years. Weather depending. And of course we killed the queen, so I don't think they come back. Someone is shooting at us. I'm gonna leave him for a snack. Because if I start draining him now, I can't drain him later. There is something to do in here. This door is locked. But if I use the side, whatever it is, it's right there. This door is also locked. So the final one is in there. I can't get through. Yep, I just tried to do that rebound kick again. And obviously it didn't work. Now if we could find a weak spot. Look, her guns are even locking onto it. And that thing took damage. I killed that thing from the outside. I mean, that's just how old this game is. Yeah, I can't say that it's working for sure. I would really like to get up in there. I don't know how to get in. Maybe someone has a key. Maybe I'm supposed to throw some dynamite at it. I might try the dynamite approach. This probably will not work. Okay, that did not work. Holy, yeah, there was, there was a weak point in the structure, and I just happened by coincidence to break through. It had nothing to do with the actual stick of dynamite. I mean, it did, but it just was a coincidence that I happened to hit it with the dynamite, and that blew open this piece of the side. Eat that. gonna say, shouldn't that thing be spitting out little
Hey, sailor,
insects?
you new in town?
She even says sexy things. I mean, just like that. Hey, sexy, you were new in town. Gained level 3 normal attack. What does that mean? I honestly don't know what that means. Nor was I realised I was a level 2, nor 1. And this isn't the type of game that would really need a leveling system. You just simply just do the same thing over and over again. Oh, thank you, my little snack. So we killed the nest. We've saved 2 people. I think that's about it. Let me just do that. Proceed to the next area. All right. Now we were told by, I think it was Lex, her name was. I didn't remember. I didn't really pay attention, but we're going to go ahead and see her again to see what we're supposed to do next. So I've mentioned before, this game is just awesome. It brings back a lot of memories from when I first got it back in the day. I mean, this is really old. This is one of my oldest games, PlayStation games. This is one of the games that I bought myself. This is one of my originals. When I say my originals, it means I bought this back when PlayStation 2 was very much a very popular game. I mean, this is when they still had the fat PS2s and you could buy them at EB Games. I don't even think that the thin PlayStation 2s were out yet when this game came out. It was still running on the fat PlayStation 2s. That's how old this game is, and that's what it means by original. It's part of my original collection. I have surprisingly, I've actually got a massive collection. Some good, actually most of them are good. Some crap and some just straight up terrible. I really want to play them, but we'll just see what happens. To activate blood thing. It is one right below me. I can activate the blood thing. I've got to find a way into this place. Seeing land here, so that's not land. Oh, that was land, but it wasn't as close as it should have been. I'm seeing doors over here. Okay, the way she sucks blood, it sounds like someone's watching Pornhub. I just went up and said it right there. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Oh, blood rage. I had forgotten the moves there for a second. I'm still taking damage, but a very small... I'm not taking any damage from the water. That's just how cool the blood rage is. Okay, it's dead by now. Yeah, it's definitely dead. I'm just going to get out of this water. And I kind of want to save the blood thing, so... Thank you for the sustenance. Yeah, so BloodRayne, I usually like to look up fan art of the video games I'm playing. There's surprisingly very little to do with BloodRayne, because once again, she wasn't that popular. This is during the PlayStation 2 era, and not many people are aware of this, but back in those days, I mean, video game companies just popped up and disappeared without any notice, not compared to today's one where it costs so much to make a game, and in order for the game to be successful, it has to be a blockbuster, which means everyone has to hear about it. So there are more games than ever, but it's like it expands to more people. But back in the day, there was just simply more time to make more indie games, and unfortunately, BloodRayne was an indie game. Not many people heard of it, and few have played it. And I remember I simply got this game because I thought the chick on the cover was hot. It was, yeah, that is the only reason I bought it. I had never heard of BloodRayne prior to that. I just simply thought that the character on the front was hot. So I went and bought it. This structure seems significantly better. Look, it's actually got metal guarding which has been ripped off. It's actually been bricked up, so looks like the townsfolk got together to reinforce this place because they had time to install those bars, even though they might not be new. But they've even bricked them up, so they've put the metal bars on top of them and then bricked up the top. Now this power line, which somehow is still receiving power to this whole place, there's a window open there. That's where, yeah, as you can see, the bars are falling down there. So I need the... Okay, that one I just had to... Oh crap. Now I must admit that the Louisiana mission is kind of boring compared to the rest of it. This game is really big, surprisingly big for such an old game as well. And good graphics as well for, once again, for a very old game. But this part of the game is a little boring. It doesn't represent the magnitude of the entire game, and as well as the graphics, everything, because when we start getting to Germany and we start fighting, getting to those Nazi facilities, it is it's just crazy, absolutely crazy. I mean, the new enemies, the new fighting style, the new environments, it's this massive underground facility which is ridiculously big. So many weird experiments going on, and you're just basically running from one area to another trying to shut the whole place down. That's your objective.
Lovely.
Like, I don't know, I have a feeling that they basically had this giant ass cave. If you can imagine Portal 2, I should say, you know how the facility was built inside a old salt mine that he had purchased. So it was just this ridiculously large facility with just areas going on and on and on. That is the case of bloodrayne. It's just that. And that's the case of this Nazi facility. It just keeps going. Let me just... Okay, it's over there. The door is locked. Oh, crack in the wall.
Yeah, die, you ugly son of a bitch. Oh,
Easy with that thing. And who'd you call ugly?
excusez-moi. I didn't mean to...
Save it. Just go to the Bloodrayne mausoleum. We'll be safe there.
Well, I don't think so, you see. I got it pretty good right here, yeah. All the guns I need and...
And it's only a matter of time before these things find a way in. I did. And what if your ammo runs out?
Well, maybe you got a point, but...
Take your gun and go. The gravedigger's already there. It's the safest place for now.
Gravedigger? Jean's alive? My brother-in-law? All right, I go. Excuse my manners.
Hold on there, Mr.
That'd be a Deputy Gorham, Sheriff.
Deputy Gorham, then. How about unlocking this thing?
Ah, oui, bien sûr. Sorry, so sorry. C'est fini. Well, I'm off now. Later, mon chéri.
I love characters like that. He was straight up hitting on her. This game just gave me a shit ton of ammunition. So obviously that things are going to start getting kicked into the next gear pretty soon. That was the sheriff by the looks of it, or at least the deputy. One of the law enforcements anyway. As you can tell by his badge.
Lovely.
And I am not going to do anything about him. There's just simply no point. So this is a new area. Yeah, it's a bit repetitive. I know it's boring. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys want to skip ahead. I'm just playing this game. I'm just really enjoying it. Loading. You can't actually hear it, but I can. My PS2 is starting to struggle. It's making that as it tries to, process what's going on. I mean, this game is so old. It's probably been about at least 7 years since I played it. I think I actually played it sooner and uploaded it to my other YouTube channel, Steamtown Gamer. I believe I did, but I didn't get this far. Come on, yeah, I gotta load and then save it again, which of course takes up more time. At some point I will unlock I'll show you the cheats, but then again, if I start typing in the cheats, it means that I can unlock, additional things that I don't want, such as infinite health, and that's just straight up unfair. Hey, those two are fighting each other. Is it possible that there's still enemies after all this time? They're both going after me, so they both identify as me as the main threat. But those two were definitely fighting each other, at least I think they were. I may have to go back over the tape. So if you guys want to skip ahead, go back like a minute or two to watch that again to see if they were actually fighting each other, because I would like to know. If that's the case, that changes things a bit about my theory about how they infect the humans to sort of work for them, which is somewhat common in the insect world to do something like that.
You might want to crawl back in your little hole.
I remember back when I first got this game, it was scary. I got this game when I was 15, yes. I got this game when I was 15 years old. So I've had it for quite some time now. I got this from EB Games in Perth. And once again, I just simply liked the cover. I had no idea what the game was about, and I have loved bloodrayne ever since because she's a badass. I mean, look at her. She is a straight up badass. And I like how everyone's speaking French. It's Louisiana. Now, I don't know much about the American land and stuff like that because I am Australian, as you know. The door is locked. Door is locked. Let me just try this vision. It seems to be right below it. Some sort of basement, maybe? Which in Australia, we don't really have basements. Or attics. It's not really something common. We just simply make houses that are a little bigger. One's up, one's down. The door is locked. Now this should, in theory, try to show any kind of weak point in the building. I'm not seeing any. Oh, that might be one there. No, I'm not seeing any bars ripped off the windows either, so I can't exactly get up. But one is down, one is up. Perhaps we can't get from the inside the building from that side. I know I'm not making much sense here. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
You might want to crawl back in your little hole.
Oh, the harpoon also does a small amount of damage when it hits its target. So you can actually kill them if you just harpoon them enough. I think. Oh shit. I accidentally activated the rain, blood rage. Now I believe you can shoot the barrels for additional damage. That's pretty common with most games. I shouldn't have to explain that. Oh, that's a nice car. Looks like he's got duct tape on it to fix a cracked window. Oh shit, that wasn't supposed to happen. Looks like I'm rocking the shoddy again. So this side of the building's unlocked, but it is completely useless. We need to get to the other side. Now, can we get on top? We can get on top, yes. Maybe we can go down the chimney? I think we might be able to go down the chimney. Yes, we can. And then we can bust out. I don't think I did that. I think he's shooting at me. I think it was structurally weak enough where you could just shoot your way in, and of course he saw me inside the chimney, so he fired, thus breaking the chimney and allowing me to escape. What the fuck happened there? Oh, he had a stick of dynamite on him, and then I went to suck his blood, and boom. bloodrayne is the type of vampire that you would actually let her do that to you because she's so damn hot. I got a bit confused there. He just sort of froze. Is that a pink couch? That looks like it should be in a porno. Or, I kind of want that in my house, I must say. That's a sweet couch. That looks like it should be something in the Playboy Mansion.
You might want to call that a little closer.
So whatever one of these things is right behind this door. Thank you. It's got a shotgun. Oh, I could use that ammunition. That's going to come in handy, I must say. What's that? Pick up the... Yeah. Now when we get to the Nazis, we lose the dynamite in exchange for a grenade, and they come in handy, if I recall, quite a lot. So I should receive the new microphone coming up pretty soon. I also have a new setup as well, which will allow me to record things a lot easier. At this time of my recording, I'm actually uploading Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, Episode 2 up to YouTube right now. I don't know why, but I like to say that. I like to say what I'm also uploading at the time that I'm doing it. Now what we need to do is we need to get in here. Can we bust down a wall? Yes, we can. We're gonna build a wall.
It's okay, mon petit. Who are you?
That doesn't matter. Go to the familial Termaine mausoleum as quickly as possible.
Teen girl, daddy. How can you tell her age? She looks the same age as her daddy.
Whoa.
You dick! Once again, you guys can't hear, but my PlayStation 2 is really starting to struggle to record this. I don't record this game in general, because it is... You can't hear it, but it's struggling more than ever before. Once again, this game is quite old, and it's struggling. I mean, PS2 is getting quite old. You know how all these other old school games are starting to get a reboot now? I'd imagine, you know, they've remade the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Sega Master Drive, the Atari Flashback. They're all getting rebooted now. I even know they're making a remake of the Super Nintendo. I wouldn't be surprised if the Nintendo 64 will be coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if you're listening to this now and that you listen to this and then they've remade that console. I mean, that'd be pretty funny. But I wouldn't be surprised at some point in the future they remake a PlayStation 2 and install a shit ton of games for it.
You might want to crawl back in your little hole.
Or at the very least they should take a bunch of the PlayStation 2 games, put them all on a disc, or maybe some sort of online storage facility where you can just play them again. Because it wouldn't be that hard to port them. I believe that this is a elevator which... This elevator... So I'm back. I just had a little phone call there, so I had to deal with that.
The battery's dead.
Oh, okay.
I need another one. I bet the car in the garage has one.
I remember where that is. Oh, there's a little symbol at the top there telling me what I actually need. That's really cool. I didn't think this game was so interactive. It's been a while since I played this game, and when I did play this game not that long ago, that came out weird. I didn't get that far. I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Turns out you just have to hit the dice up button, you know, where you attack people. That button, the slice button, which sort of activated that little cutscene there. So we've got to go to the car, which means we've got to get outside, which means I can't go through there. I actually forgotten how to get outside. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it was just down here.
A battery.
Okay, turns out it wasn't doing the hitting thing, it was just walking there, which sort of triggered the cutscene. Now, I'm just going to get back up there, which the staircase is just over here. And you can almost bet that as soon as I go back to that area, it's going to be flooded with monsters again. That's just the basic common law of video games. Man, my PlayStation 2 is struggling. You just don't even know. Imagine if you're playing this game, which I highly recommend that you get off your ass, you get on eBay and you go buy this game because it is fun. Anyway, yeah, it is struggling to play it because, once again, this is one of the older games for PlayStation 2. Fireplace, that's where I broke out from. Oh, someone broke the toilet. And... activate? Okay, no, that actually had I actually had to swipe to activate that. That's weird. So I'm just going to go ahead and activate my blood rage.
Damn. It had to be a flooded basement, didn't it?
I don't know why she gets injured when she's touching water. I know that was in the game, not the game, the movies. I thought that had something to do with a pendant as well. No, that's the Brimstone Society.
You might want to crawl back in your little hole.
Now, if I recall from the movie, there was a... Now, in the movie, there was some sort of relic or something like that that allowed bloodrayne to not get hurt by water. That's how I remember it. I really got to sit back and watch it because the movies, at least the first movie, was okay. There was a decent sex scene in there, I must say, but that was about it. bloodrayne, it never caught on, which is a huge shame because this is a good franchise, and I must say it is overdue for a reboot. They need to remake another game, just in the same way they have done with Fallout. They need to do this again. Okay, that's not the right way, obviously. Do we go this way? Yep, that is the right way. We do have a little bit of help. Thank you, my good man. Dine and dash there. Now, I think we're actually getting somewhat close to the Queen. It has been some time since I played that game. I think it's a Nazi facility. It has been some time since I played the game. I keep mentioning that over and over. I don't know why I do. It's been years, so I just don't remember. And I must say that, yeah, it's so long. I just can't remember for the life of me. This is all new. It's like replaying a new game. That's just how old it is. I've got eBay open right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in blood. Why? Did you know there was a bloodrayne comic book series as well, which I even managed to get a hold of one comic book, but they haven't made any since. Now, they did make bloodrayne on PC as well and Xbox, but they never made it on any other consoles. Here's a Steam game. We've got the movies. 2000 PC game, loading. GameCube manual only, $5 plus shipping. Oh, damn, that's quite expensive. bloodrayne 2 PC CD game, brand new sealed, is still quite low. Oh, there's a sweet ass hot bloodrayne 2 Deliverance art poster here. I'd say this looks like fan art to me. You guys can't actually see what I'm looking at, but it's the only actual piece of bloodrayne there, stuff that you can actually get, and it's some fan art poster you can buy. It's one of those silk ones that you hang up on the wall. I've got my office is chock full of them, mostly Mass Effect ones. These guys were shooting each other. Yeah, my mind just goes dirty as soon as I hear that sucking sound she makes. I mean, she's moaning and groaning like, yeah, it's something you'd hear off Pornhub. I remember when I was 18, I even bought a tattoo book, and I was considering getting a bloodrayne tattoo at one point. I had forgotten about that. So we've got to go down. This is the power plant. I guess that loading screen we saw was not the Nazi facility. It was the power plant, which somehow after almost every apocalyptic game, the power plant still seems to be functioning. Even though it's one of the first things that will go down, because without any sort of maintenance, it just will shut down. Once again, I'm picking apart at the video game world. I really shouldn't. That water is obviously electrified, so if I touch it, I will probably die instantly. I'm guessing that I have to drain it, which means I have to find the... Well, that thing has a red light, so I'm guessing I have to make it to that control station, click on the pumps to drain it, and then eventually I can go down there and check out the scene. Now, if I recall, there is a nest down there, and it doesn't seem to have any sort of resistance to the water. This door is locked, but yeah, you just go through here.
good as it gets. Is there no dry land anymore?
So I'm guessing like it's water is basic. That guy is seriously fucked up. Oh, that reminds me of one of those weird mutant creatures from Resident Evil Project Veronica, the one with the yellow ones with the big hand. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if it's some sort of skin from there. I'm gonna leave him for now. I can activate
Pull back a little hole.
that. So this blood rage is really helpful, I must say, when it comes to defeating these things. They are very strong and, quite frankly, a huge pain in the ass. So I keep forgetting that just because it basically disintegrates, by no means is it dead. Okay, so the PlayStation 2, I'm seeing the cheapest PlayStation 2 game, $15. And it's Australian, which I'm on the worldwide version of eBay, but it's the Australian one I see for $15, so that's pretty badass. Oh, that looks like another fan art. Yes, wall poster here, that's pretty good. Oh, a comic book, fuck yes. I'm sorry, I'm getting really excited here. It's been a while since I've seen a comic book of bloodrayne. I'm going to go ahead and watch this bitch because I like it. I've only got one bloodrayne poster. She teamed up with a lot of other really indie comic book characters as well. Ones that like didn't really even get their own comic book series. They were just featured a couple times. She's really indie as just that's what I'm saying. Watching is cool. It's selling by Mild High Comics. Anyway, oh, there's more comics here. Looks like they've put on a whole bunch of them. I know that I'm a little distracted looking at these comics, but it's been a while since I checked out bloodrayne. I'm thinking that when I went on eBay, I typed in AU, which is the Australian branch of eBay, which limits the search quite a bit. I'm pretty sure oh, okay, yeah, they just had to zoom in on her tits. They're going to zoom in on her ass, aren't they? Yes, they did. And obviously they're not panties, but like she's wearing something there. Is that the queen? No, that's not even a queen, but that is a stronger one. Now I mentioned before, I think because there were so many in there, they got eaten up like that.
Damn it. Time to put an end to this. I'll find those bastards and rip their legs off one by one.
For your information, her little friend, now this is a spoiler alert, is not dead. She is still alive and will be in the next part of the game. But she still does eventually die, so I shouldn't have actually said that, but she is still alive. She fakes her death and goes into undercover so that she can be an even better spy. More comic books, more comic books. More comic books. I'm actually seeing a t-shirt. I was saying before that when I've looked at bloodrayne, I basically hit AU because it's been so long since I looked up bloodrayne on eBay. This was before PayPal, which meant that if you wanted something off eBay, you had to pay a ridiculous shipping fee and then transfer it via bank deposit because PayPal didn't even exist. So now that it does exist, I can just basically buy whatever I want off eBay, and it doesn't have to be the Australian eBay. And now I've got access to all this cool shit that I didn't have before. So there's like bloodrayne t-shirts, comic books, shit ton of comic books, more t-shirts, more video games. I think I'll have to go through my comic book selection and then find out the couple ones that I do have, and then, you know, find out which is issue 1, which is issue 2, and so on. So I'm seeing Japanese bloodrayne, which is selling for 20 something bucks. Oh, no way. Girls string bag purse bloodrayne. It's called the hack and slash video game purse. $23. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to watch this. Granted, I know that I'm a guy and I will never actually wear that thing, but oh, I'm seeing autographs by the actresses who played bloodrayne in the movies, because in the movies the actual main character of bloodrayne changed. They didn't keep the same actress from the movie 1 to movie 2, so there's more than one autograph you can get. Then again, for a movie that kind of sucked, I must say, it just wasn't as good as the games.
Look who's scampering along. Go ahead. Lead me to your nest.
So now the next mission is to follow that thing, which means that this is coming to a close, at least the Louisiana test. Follow the swamp monster to find the source. So we have to basically follow this to the queen, which means we can't get distracted by killing these things. We have to follow it. And following it is a bit of a difficult task, I must say, because you can get too far ahead, and of course you can
fall back in your little hole.
Because yeah, you can get too far ahead, and obviously you can fall too far behind. So you have to be careful. There it goes there. Yeah, it's just maintaining the same speed and continuing on. So we have to be careful, because we can lose it, and by just simply going too fast or too slow. So we just have to just keep an eye on it. That's all I can say. Keep an eye on this thing. Use that to see where it is, and yep, it's not like changing its direction based on us. It's not waiting for us if we take too long. It's just maintaining the same speed, and we have to keep up with it. We can and will get a game over if we don't maintain the speed. Granted, I'm getting really injured just following this thing. Oh, damn it. If I see a next human, is that a human? No, that is a chimney. Next human I see, I am stuck in their blood so much.
End of the line. Mother of God, what is that?
Okay, so we have made it to the Queen. This is near the end of the game. Not the end of the game, end of the first mission.
Way to find out.
This was only a small and, quite frankly, boring part of the game. Is it the boat that we came in on? No, I don't think so. So it has been years since I've seen this cutscene, and then every other cutscene from there. I'm just searching, seeing a lot of more comic books. I'm seeing the video game, the GameCube version of bloodrayne. That's pretty cool. Now, bloodrayne came out, then not many people, even fewer people played bloodrayne 2 on the Xbox, and they didn't even have that many copies of it. So finding bloodrayne 2 will probably set you back a little, slightly more, and there just simply won't be more of them. But of course, if you wanted to find it, you won't have that much difficulty. You can and will find it if you go on eBay. Yeah, and I know that the start isn't that great, but trust me, this is a very, very good game. You need to get off your ass. You need to go on eBay and get it. I recommend that if you have a PlayStation 2 collection or or like the older games, you have this in there. It is fantastic.
Enormous.
So that is the Queen.
What the fuck?
That was actually the first time I ever heard a swear word in a video game. That was the first time. I remember that. I remember that cutscene because I remember waiting around when I was younger to listen to that cutscene because I had never heard of a swear word in a video game because we had a family console. We had a family console, so all the games were like family orientated. I had to share them with my siblings, and bloodrayne was one of the few games that I bought for myself. And I'd never heard of a game that had a swear word in it before, and there it is. Fuck. Thank you. I'll take that. So this town has basically gone to hell. I mean, these boats have been sitting here for a while. I don't know how long the apocalypse has been going on here, but I wouldn't say more than a couple of years. That is the maximum I could say that the insects have started taking over, and it's just unbelievable that these ships have been stuck here. These ships were dumped here and left to rot. Well, not rot, rust, but we're just going to continue on.
A voodoo ritual to awaken the mother of the underworld. Either she's a smoker or someone was just here.
Huh, they actually have one of those long cigarette holders.
Hello?
Yep. The controller is going apeshit. It is vibrating crazy like.
Big Mama.
Kill the Queen. Kill the Queen! Do I have blood rage? I do not have blood rage. Now I have blood rage. As you can see, it is very resilient to my attacks. I'm probably going to die. That thing, the Queen actually just stopped my... What the fuck? I can't activate blood rage. This is where blood rage would come in. Oh, come on. This is going to be pretty close, I must say. If I could find a nice human to feed on. That's all I need, one human to feed on. Is that one there? Nope, that is not. I need a human. There could be one around here somewhere. Is that one over there? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, you got to shoot her legs to disable them. Holy crap. Okay, the simple fact is I was doing that wrong because I had to implement shooting her at the same time as slicing her up. I used slicing up through most of the game because it was easier. But it seems that
Did you
shooting
think
her
somebody
was the best
wasn't
thing.
agreeing with your tummy, glowing ribs?
I'd forgotten about that thing. Of course, the
I
Nazi.
believe you have what I'm looking for. You might say I'm a collector of these things.
Oh, God.
Nothing personal, although I really enjoy this greatly.
Okay. Now, I had forgotten the link between the two. And quite frankly, I have no idea. I've like completely forgotten what that relic is from that creature to that Nazi who we just met. I don't know, but of course it's going to happen later on. It was some kind of spear, or it wasn't a tooth, but it was something inside that creature that they managed to summon. And he had the flaming hands, which is a superpower as a result of the Nazi experimentation going on. I mean, like this like base is really fucked up. Phoenix Hotel 5 years later.
Did you get the file?
In my hands.
Our sources tell us that all of these targets are in one place right now. A huge sub-bay and mining facility on the coast of Argentina. We heard rumors the Nazis are closing in on a lost relic with immense powers. We need more information. We're sending you to South America. Find out what you can about this relic and report back to us.
How do I contact you?
Use the Nazis' communication center.
Understood.
One more thing. The Nazis have organized a special task force called the GGG, or Gegengeist Group.
Anti-ghost group?
Literally, yes. The GGG was established to experiment in the occult. Anything that could help Hitler succeed.
Which they actually did.
Their leader and founder is Jürgen Wolf. The file you have lists many GGG officers and their SS conspirators, including Jürgen Wolf. You are to eliminate all of these targets to prevent further supernatural ambitions. But be careful. Members of the GGG have been experimentally enhanced and are particularly dangerous. Good luck. And Rain, watch yourself.
1938,
It's built
somewhere
right
in
into the
Argentina.
mountain. Hard to tell how big the place really is. And there's my invitation.
Now, I don't know if... I know this is the start, but I don't know if she's actually in the right place or she's just finding directions to the actual huge facility that's coming up. I don't remember. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to keep playing.